Hey weirdos, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, so I know that a lot of you have been asking, what do I do with my extensions when they grow out? What do I do? Do I chop them off, soak them off, remove them, do a new set? Nope, I do a backfill, and I'm going to show you today how I do that so easily with builder gel. So these have grown out just a little bit. This is the second fill I'm actually doing on them. I'm going to start by just pushing back my cuticles. That way I can fill it as far back as possible and not have to do it every week. After I push back the cuticles, and you don't need a knead file for this, but I'm going to exfoliate the dead cuticle that's on my nail. And I'm doing that with a knead file, but you can use a hand file if you're more comfortable with that. This is the diamond ball bit. I do have it linked in my Amazon storefront under drills and bits, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of my nails. Now I'm just going in with my buffer block and I'm going to remove the shine from the entire nail. This will prevent your product from peeling when you go to file later. Once I've got that done, I'm going to go in with some dehydrator. This is the Sparkle & Co. pH Prep. You can use whatever dehydrator you like. You can even use acetone if you wanted to. It has to be 100% acetone though, with no oils or water added. So be careful about the acetone you use. After I've dehydrated, I'm going to go in with my Mia Secret Primer. This is a gel primer. You can also use it with acrylic if you're using monomer. Do not use primer if you're doing a dip application. I have found that it can seriously gunk up your dip base brush if you go in after using this primer. So keep this to gels, or if you're using acrylic with monomer only. Primer is going to help promote adhesion to prevent lifting. Of course, if you have any lifted product, you're going to want to file that off. Do not do a backfill on a lift. That will cause serious problems, more likely than not, some greenies, which I know you guys don't want. So once I've got the primer on and I've let it dry for about 2 minutes, I'm going to go in with my gel base coat. I'm going to apply this to the entire nail from cuticle to free edge. Then I'm going to cure for 30 seconds. Once I have that cured, we can start the proper fill. I'm using the Dipalicious Lavender Builder Gel. You can use whatever kind of builder gel you like or you have. And here's what I'm going to do. I have a little bead at the bottom of my brush, and I'm going to concentrate that in the area that needs filling. And once I have that area covered, and I am avoiding skin as much as possible, you do not want to get any kind of gel on your skin. This happens to be a HEMA-free gel. I've never had a reaction to gel, but I know that some gel products, depending on what sensitivity you have or may develop, can lead to some skin issue stuff. So just take caution when applying any kind of gel. You want to make sure you're not touching skin. I am brushing this over the entire nail just for continuity's sake, so I have a more even application. That'll make for less filing later. And this stuff actually levels really well. I'm a fan of the builder gel in a bottle. I have tried the one in the pot. I just prefer the bottle. I prefer the application to it, but it's a personal preference. If you want to use one that you love that comes in a pot and you use it with a different brush, feel free to use that. So now I'm just going to go in, and I'm also going to do a rebalance. So the extensions that I'm wearing do come with a natural curve, but as your nail grows out, you want to adjust that curve and that apex because it will grow out with your nail. So what I'm going to do later when I file is I'm going to recreate that apex exactly where I need it instead of it now being on like the edge of my nail, you know? Now I'm going to flip it upside down, help it level out. I can see there's a little bit of a dip in there, so I'm going to add a little bit more product just where I need it. And that's something I really love about builder gel. It's very forgiving. You have so much time to work because it's not air cure. It's going to cure in your lamp. Can you do a backfill with dip powder? Absolutely, you can. I have done it before. I will leave that video either up in the cards or down in the box for you guys to check out. And you can do a dip powder or acrylic fill over gel extensions. Gel and acrylic and dip, it is all essentially the same product. It's just a matter of how it's manufactured and put together, what formula it is. Gel is like the liquid version of your dip powder or your acrylic powder. So if you're more comfortable doing backfills like that, you absolutely can. You would prep the same exact way. If you were using dip powder with your dip liquids, you would just skip the primer stage. If you wanted to do dip powder with gel liquids, then you can go ahead and do the primer. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of my nails backfilled. I am doing a flash cure for each nail just because I don't want that product to move once I get it where I want it. I'm flash curing for about 10 seconds. And then when I'm done with all of the nails, I'm going to cure for a full minute. So builder gel, after it's cured, will have a tacky layer. I'm going to use some Young Nail Swipe solution. You can use alcohol if you want to. I'm going to cleanse off the tacky layer, and then we're going to get into filing. So gel is a very soft thing to file. I'm not using an aggressive file. This is my 150, the one I always use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape them up a little bit, get my shape back to where I want it. And now I'm going to start blending everything together. Because as much as you can try to perfect your application, it is likely going to require a little bit of filing and blending. So I'm blending down the cuticle area, I'm blending down the free edge, and that will help me to create that natural apex in the center of my nail where I want it. The longer your nails are, the higher you want that apex to be. This is the structure of your nail that's going to help prevent breakage. Once I get that blended down, I'm gonna go in with my E-file because I do have a little bit of product underneath the nail. And when you add product to the top of your nail, it's naturally going to be a little bit thicker. At that point, you'll have to decide for yourself where you want to remove the excess. For me, it's underneath because my nails tend to grow at a little bit of a curve. They curve down a little bit, which I know is very common. So I'm going to take away that curve by removing product from underneath the nail. You do need an E-file to do this. I'm sorry. Once I get everything shaped the way I like it, I'm going to buff right over top of that, and then I am done. You can do a few things after this if you want to. I'm going to finish up with my cuticle oil per usual and be done. You can dip right over this if you want to. You can do gel polish, whatever you guys feel like doing. But this is essentially the backfill and rebalance. And look at that structure. I absolutely love the way these came out. Let me know if you guys have questions. Everything will be linked in the box. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.